Building pads in Revit Architecture allow you to modify a topo surface to accept a building model and conform to the shape or slope of the lowest levels of that building. In the dataset, walls representing the exterior shell of our building model have been placed on the level 1. I have activated the 3D view so that you can see the relationship of the walls to the site. We would like to remove the site material that is inside our building to effectively excavate to the lowest level where our walls are attached. We do not have to edit the topo surface to remove this material using Modify or by placing new points, but we will do so using the Building Pad tool. This tool can be found on the Massing and Site ribbon bar on the Model Site panel. Activating the tool will bring you into the Create Pad Boundary sketch mode, where you can define the boundary line or add a slope arrow. The boundary line default condition is Pick Walls. You may also sketch using the familiar Draw tools, but since we do have walls in this example, we'll use that method. I will hover over a wall and tab to select the chain of walls, and then pick. The pad boundary will be created, and you can flip the boundary line to the inside or outside face of the wall, or choose to extend into the wall to the core option in conjunction with the Offset tool to gain fine control over the relationship of the wall layers to the building pad. If we look at the pad properties on the Properties palette, you'll see the Constraint section indicate their level, but that it is assigned to the end of its height offset, much like a floor. We can also choose to make the building pad room bounding. Opening the Type properties by clicking Edit Type, you'll notice that this pad has a thickness of 1 foot. If I click Edit Structure, I may assign multiple layers to the pad, much like a floor, as well as materials to assign a thickness. Even though a pad appears like a floor in their properties and the way they are modeled, they will not schedule as a floor. Building pads must live in the same model as the site, but do not necessarily have to live in the same model as the walls or the rest of the building. When the walls are in a linked model, you may use the Pick Edges tool rather than Pick Walls, choosing to constrain or not constrain the pad to the building. You may wish to use the building pad in these cases to represent the site materials and or vapor barrier prior to placing a floor in the building model. Opening the 3D view, we can now see that the site has been modified to accept the footprint of the building. The building pad will create a new topography element in the schedule to indicate the projected area of the building pad. Bear in mind that if created in the same phase the topography, the building pad will not contribute to the cut and fill of the site, as you can see in the schedule named Cut and Fill. If I open the section through our building, you'll notice that the topography and fill pattern is displaced by the building pad. If any portion of the building pad was above the topo surface, the site would rise up to meet it. This is where, if we wanted to show the layers of disturbed earth below the building, we could build those in as a layer and assign the appropriate materials to the pad.